Hello and namaskar. मैं हूँ Bali Brahmbhatt. I'm Bali Brahmbhatt from Gold Afternoons on Lyca Gold, and you are watching our YouTube channel of Lyca Radio and Lyca Gold. आज I am going to introduce you to a very interesting personality. कैसे पेरेंट्स का क्या पेशा होता है और बच्चे कुछ और ही पेशा लेकर बैठ जाते हैं, तो वो सवाल पैदा होता है. अभी मैं कुछ कंफ्यूज कर रहा हूँ ना, आपको इरादा कंफ्यूज करने का ही था. तो मैं आपको पहले ये बताऊंगा कि यू हर्ड ऑफ द माइस्ट्रोज आनंद एंड मिलिंद. अब ये भी तो आपको मालूम है कि आनंद एंड मिलिंद आर द सन्स ऑफ द ग्रेट कंपोजर ऑफ यस्टरयर्स चित्रगुप्त. इनका सरनेम है श्रीवास्तव. And the two brothers who took over from, of course, their dad and became great music directors, Anand and Milind. Today, we have a guest that is the daughter of Milind. That's right. And by name, I would say Ritika Milind Shrivastava. Ritika, you're welcome to
Thank you
our
very
YouTube
much.
channel.
I'm very glad to be here. I'm very glad to have this conversation finally with you.
Seriously,
and hello to
because
everyone who's watching.
yes, I was very intrigued, when I first talked to Milinji, and he said, my daughter is in London at the moment, and then I took your number, and when I spoke to you, I was very intrigued that a girl who has decided on her own to take up filmmaking, and because your dad and uncle, of course, great composers and music directors, we would have thought you would have taken up singing, something related with Bollywood kind of thing, and you took up filmmaking. So now you tell us why and how.
Oh, बहुत लंबी कहानी है, but I think
Time है.
good. But I think कि basically अब आप जब अपने ग्रैंडफादर अपने फादर को एक ही बिजनेस में देखते हो, so you can't think of doing anything beyond that business, and
True.
our industry is such a big business कि music is just one part of it.
Yes.
And बचपन से I've been watching films, and I think some of my favorite memories are जब पापा नया नया रिकॉर्ड करके कैसेट लाते थे और किसी और को नहीं पता 2 साल है रिलीज को, बट हम रेडियो पर हम अपना कैसेट लगा के सुनते थे. So and listening to songs that are not in picturized yet, and then going to sets and seeing how it worked. It was always something that I was very interested in.
Okay.
And then I ended up doing English literature as my honors in graduation, and I'm really into writing. So I think I owe my career, which is not started, which is on its way, I owe my career to Javed Akhtar a lot, because I think he was the one who pushed me, and he said, go to film school, and you feel like you can be a director, you go and try it out.
So you know Zoya personally?
Not personally, unfortunately, but I know Javed Saab very personally, and I love Zoya's movies.
Yes.
She is my icon when it comes to making films.
So who inspired you to go into filmmaking besides Javed Akhtar?
Myself, I think. मतलब मुझे I could get into music, जैसे आपने कहा कि usually.
Are you musical?
I try.
Okay.
I try, but
singing wise?
I've done a bit of classical singing in my life. I've learned a little bit of Western, classical as well.
Okay.
And थोड़ा बहुत piano I can. But पापा एक बार गिटार सिखा रहे थे मुझे, and he just got bored because I was taking so long to learn. मैंने बोला आप अपना म्यूजिक अपने पास रखें, हम आपको पिक्चराइज करेंगे.
I can just imagine बाप बेटी. Okay, when did you register this company? It says Chitragupt, and it says the power of filmmaking, and it says Chitragupt Entertainment. Entertainment में does it also come into event management? Or
so that's the whole idea behind the company. I don't just want it to be a production house. I want it to be a creative house.
Okay.
In a sense, you know, कि अगर YouTube channel for example हो, if someone's interested in doing music videos, if someone wants to make short films, if you want to do event management, if you want to do celebrity management.
Yes.
So just kind of engulfing the idea of entertainment.
Okay.
And not just sticking to pictures and films.
Okay.
In general. But of course, I want to do films primarily.
Let me remind the audience, we are talking to the daughter of Milinji of Anand-Milind, the duo. And she has gone into filmmaking. Have you graduated in this field?
I have. So I did my BA in English literature.
Yeah.
And then I came to London actually.
Yeah.
And I studied filmmaking from Met Film School in Ealing Studios.
Okay.
Where I did a 6-month course of practical filmmaking.
Okay.
And वहाँ पे the day we started the course, in the first hour हमारे हाथ में कैमरा दे दिया, बोला जाओ shoot something, film something. And none of us had any idea. There were 24 of us in the batch. Nobody had any idea. And we all, yeah. And so it was a lovely experience. So I've learned every aspect of filmmaking that I possibly could.
Okay.
And I think education was so important because I know a lot of people join the films and assist and learn through that. But having the background of learning educated in an educational environment about films in general.
Yes.
Helps a lot.
How many trips have you made to UK?
मैं तो बचपन से आ रही हूँ यहाँ पे because we have family here.
Okay.
So I always come and I always meet my family. But I came here in 2015 to study. And उसके बाद 8 साल काम करने के बाद मैं अब यहाँ आई हूँ 2023 में.
Fantastic, fantastic. But do you like London?
I love London. I think London feels more home to me than Mumbai does sometimes.
Really?
Yes.
Food-wise?
No, but food-wise, I could do fish and chips once in a while.
Fish and chips. That's funny. I like that. But talking about Mumbai, the foodie place and everything, you know, you must miss Mama's cooking as well, I guess.
I miss Papa's cooking. Because the secret...
Is he a cook?
Yes. The secret is both Anand and Milind are exceptional cooks.
Seriously?
And it's a treat. मतलब वो बहुत मुश्किल से once in a while खाना बनाएंगे, but जिस दिन बनाएंगे उस दिन हम लोग सुबह से कुछ नहीं खाते.
Yep.
Because we know that, you know, it's going to be the best food of our lives.
Now that's what we never know. You know, these things from the horse's mouth kind of thing, you know. Now tell me, filmmaking में कितने अलग-अलग departments हैं, starting from producing to direction into editing. Then there is cinematography in it, and there is camera work in it, and there is also क्या बोलते हैं
Screenwriting.
क्या department दूसरा होता है?
Screenwriting.
Screenwriting. अब मुझे कुछ समझ पड़ती है, but I don't know what screenwriting is, and I don't know what cinematography and all that is.
So screenwriting is basically writing a script, writing a story, writing a plot.
Okay.
Which is the basic beginning of any film. अगर आपके पास कहानी हो पिक्चर के लिए तब आप पिक्चर बना सकते हैं.
Okay.
So your screenwriter is essentially the person who brings the story together.
Okay.
The idea together.
Okay.
And every person and every department in a film is like an anchor on a ship.
Okay.
Because अगर एक person को कुछ ना आता हो या एक person थोड़ा भी falter करे या एक person को doubt हो अपने काम में,
Yeah.
it can hamper the product in as a whole.
So let me ask you, if you're making a film,
right?
माना कि you're making a film now, कौन से department आप handle नहीं करेंगी and you will hire people? Would you hire a director, or would you direct it on your own?
I'm wanting to be a director writer myself. I do my own screenwriting, I do my own direction.
Say no more. That's good.
So, and they always say the director is the captain of the ship.
Obviously.
So you have to know everything.
Yes.
But you also have to have the faith in your entire crew to be able to do their jobs by themselves.
So filmmaking में, have you thought of a particular genre of filmmaking, or will you be versatile?
I want to be versatile except horror.
Except horror. Okay.
I can't watch horror, and I don't think I can write horror. But
okay.
Apart from horror, I think my favorite genre is romantic comedies and romantic dramas and thrillers. But I'm very, very open to wanting to try my hand at all genres possible.
So horrors आपने रामों पे छोड़ दिया.
हाँ, उनको उनकी horrors मुबारक.
Okay. Filmmaking के बारे में अगर मैं और भी पूछूं आपको, अब जो फिल्में बन रही है बॉलीवुड की, you know, are you going along with that same style and attitude of filmmaking at the moment? Yeah, are you going to do something new and kuch dhamaka karke you want to come as an innovative filmmaker who's doing something different from the run of the mill?
So, in all honesty, for the last 7 years, I've been working in Bollywood. My first movie as an assistant director was Veere the Wedding, which starred Kareena
Assistant
Kapoor.
direction?
जी.
Okay.
तो मैं 7 साल से assistant
Is your name
director
on the
हूँ.
screen?
Of course it is.
Check it out, guys.
I
Veere
can
the
name all
Wedding.
my films. IMDb पे आप जाके देख सकते हैं. I have my credits on all the movies
But
I've
of course,
assisted
yes,
on.
yes.
But the last movie I assisted on was Circus, Rohit Shetty, and it was a lovely experience.
What's the...
But I also feel like अब आप ऑस्कर का ट्रेंड देखिए फॉर एग्जांपल female directors are shining. अब बारबी देख लीजिए. अब बारबी has just released. It's earned 1 billion.
But of course.
Female. This is the right time to be a female. This is the right time to be a director, and this is the right time to say what needs to be said. And I think I want to stick to the romance and the drama and the music of Bollywood.
So you don't want to be controversial.
I don't want to be controversial. No.
Okay.
But I could be. A lot of my scripts that I have written that I'm planning to produce now in the future touch on quite serious topics. Whether there's a script that I've written which touches on adoption and single parenthood. Okay. There's a script that works on mental health for me.
Who gave you the script?
I gave myself the script. I write my own script, so they're my own ideas. They're my own babies.
You write your own stories. Would you get inspired by a Hollywood film, जैसे Mahesh Bhatt and all of them?
I don't think so, but I'm definitely inspired by all my teachers at Met Film School, because they have taught me how to be unique in a crowd full of people and how to have my own voice. And I think I've applied that even as an assistant, where I have chosen to do certain things, the way I've been taught to do them. And yeah, so that's the basic idea of what I want to do. And I definitely, it's the time to change the trend, and it's the time for equality and all those things that everyone's fighting for now.
Oh, but of course, so, yeah. अभी लेंथ ऑफ द फिल्म पे आते हैं, क्योंकि पुरानी फिल्में जो थी उसमें हम जब भी फिल्म का वो स्टार्टिंग में आता था बोर्ड, तो देखते थे कितनी रील्स है, 18 रील्स है, मजा आएगा आज. तो 16 रील्स है, बहुत मजा आएगा आज. आजकल तो 8 रील,
अब तो रील भी नहीं होते.
रील भी नहीं, पर इफ यू इक्विवेलेंट देखो, रील का इक्विवेलेंट देखो, तो बहुत कम टाइमिंग में बन जाती है फिल्म. सो व्हाट वुड बी द लेंथ of the films that you would be making?
I feel like the length totally depends on the story.
Okay.
What story needs the, if there's a story that needs 3 hours, it needs 3 hours. If there's a story that can be done in an hour and a half, why do you want to give it 3 hours?
Do people have the patience nowadays to watch a 3 hour
That's the other
film?
thing. That's the other thing. Our audiences have become so smart.
Yeah.
And they're so intuitive.
90 minutes बहुत हो गया
कि 90 मिनट में उन्हें समझ आ जाता है कि क्या हो रहा है, तो कोई जरूरत नहीं है 90 मिनट से ज्यादा जाने की. बट एट द सेम टाइम आप एक वॉर फिल्म ले लीजिए, ओपेनहाइमर फॉर एग्जांपल. It's about a 3 hour something film.
Yes.
But it's worth 3 hours, because that is the story, that is what needs to be told on screen.
Okay.
So I feel like the movie should be honest to the story they're saying, and the time totally matters in that sense and not otherwise.
अभी technology wise, are Bollywood at par with Hollywood, or Hollywood is way ahead? Jurassic Park and all
दो
that.
सवाल पहले आपने मुझे बोला था कि I want to be away from controversy, and now you're pushing me into it.
No, but
नहीं, not at all.
Technology wise, are we
very,
behind?
No, we are coming absolutely head to head now, and even talent wise, whether it's our actors, whether it's our directors, whether it's our
talent wise,
writers.
I'm not questioning that at all.
Because
but I'm looking at the quality.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that we are such extremely talented people that even if you give us something that's not of today's generation or of top quality, we'll make it work and we'll make it look as good.
Okay.
I think our talent is so strong, and I think our people are so smart and they're so intelligent and in the way they work. Of course, we have everything that Hollywood has now. Whether you have your cameras or your editing.
Is that thanks
software.
to Red Chili Entertainment? Shah Rukh Khan's.
Red Chilies is a very, very big part.
He hires out all these equipment, doesn't he?
He's a very, very big part of our movement.
The present Bollywood.
Our progress. But also the smaller companies, our camera dadas or spot boys, you know,
Yeah.
all the guys, the little ones who really actually make the movie, you know, it's not just the actors.
Wow, this is good to know actually. So there are a certain poor standards of filmmaking in Bollywood.
Yeah.
The spot boys and all of them, they work under terrible conditions, kind of thing. You know, is there a union behind them?
Of course, there's a union, and it's sad the way spot boys have to work on a daily basis,
I've
but
seen
they
it.
are the backbones of our industry.
Yes.
And some of my favorite memories and conversations from my time on set is with spot dadas. I just love sitting, having a cup of chai with them, and you know, gossiping with them. They know everything about everything.
Do
They're always, and they're so. We work 20-hour shifts and we do 20-hour days, and they have to do 25-hour days because they have to come up before us and leave after us. And I've never seen a dull spot boy ever on set.
There you
They're
go.
always
See?
smiling.
So spot boys know all about films and all the gossips. It's just like अगर आपको बॉलीवुड के बारे में कोई हीरो हीरोइन के बारे में कोई गॉसिप्स जानना हो तो आप ड्राइवर के पास जाइए. वो बाहर ड्राइवर्स पार्क करके बैठे हैं उनके पास, जैसे मधुर भंडारकर ने दिखाया था एक फिल्म में. वैसी बात है ना. So spot boys
Yeah.
know quite a lot, you know.
Yeah, because they're there till, like I said, they're there before we come and they're there till after we leave. सब समेटना उनका काम होता है.
So without diversifying from what we were talking about, the filmmaking kind of thing, you know, would you be shooting films in the UK?
I would love to. Like I said to you before, London for me is second home,
Yes.
and I have family here.
Why UK?
I don't know. कुछ तो मतलब पिछले जन्म का नाता type I feel.
No, is it something to do with locations that you've seen?
Locations, yes.
आपकी आंखें तो घूमती रहती हैं. Wherever you're
बिल्कुल.
going, से यहाँ पे ये अच्छा shot आ सकता है.
बिल्कुल
यहाँ पे.
बिल्कुल absolutely. अभी भी when I was coming off Canary Wharf and I was looking, I was like, "Ay hey, यहाँ पे romantic song कितना अच्छा लगेगा."
है
But
ना?
anyway,
हाँ.
but I feel like I want to shoot around the world. There are beautiful, beautiful cities that are very, very untapped.
Where have you traveled in the world?
London.
London. मुंबई, लंदन, मुंबई.
Basically मैंने यही किया अपने
बीच
life
में
में.
स्विट्जरलैंड भी आता है.
हाँ, but कभी रुके नहीं वहाँ.
नहीं रुके ना.
शाहरुख खान नहीं था ना साथ में वादियाँ देखने के लिए. There was never a time to stop and watch. But I do want to travel the world, and I do want to. Again, it's totally dependent on your story, you know. If you and your story should be your king. So wherever my story takes me, I'm more than happy to go. But usually I tell my story थोड़ा सा लंदन की तरफ चलो.
Okay.
Just, you know.
Who has been your favorite director in films, Hollywood and Bollywood?
I think one of my biggest influences has been Zoya Akhtar. But I will be lying if I said that the first time I thought I wanted to be a director was when I saw Karan Johar film. So I think Karan Johar for everyone is, you know, he is the ultimate.
So what about Yash Chopra?
Yash ji, I'm more an Aditya Chopra generation, you know, because 90s.
Okay,
तो मैं दिलवाले दुल्हनिया वाला generation हूँ, which I love. I love DDLJ.
got it.
But कुछ कुछ होता है for me was a very, very special film.
Okay.
Because my mama was pregnant with my sister at the time, and every day lunchtime पे 9 महीने हमने कुछ कुछ होता है बैठ के देखी है.
Wow.
Every day for 9 months after lunch मम्मी जबरदस्ती बैठा के हमें कुछ कुछ होता है दिखाती थी. Papa would be at work,
Yeah.
and we'd be sitting and watching कुछ कुछ होता है. So I've seen that movie so many times, and then whether it's your Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham or your My Name Is Khan. So Karan Johar for me was the initial inspiration ki even I could do something like this.
Have you
I
met
would
him?
like. Not really, no. I have
Okay.
met him in passing in a party in a
understand.
party before,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I haven't really gone and had a word with him.
Which director have you met and spoken to and asked questions?
एक director जिनसे सवाल पूछने की हिम्मत नहीं हुई मेरी is Mansoor Khan.
Oh, आप
Director
मिले
of
लेकिन
Kayamat
सवाल
Se
नहीं
Kayamat
पूछा.
Tak. Because
What a man.
Exactly, and I
What a
was fresh
name.
out of film school, and I had just finished shooting for my second film as assistant, which
Okay.
was a Love Ranjan film called Jai Mammi Di.
Okay.
And I think 35 years हुए थे कयामत से कयामत तक के.
हाँ.
And हमने they had kept a special screening for the whole cast and crew.
Kayamat se Kayamat tak, meaning to say Anand-Milind's music, as you already know. Yeah.
And so they kept a screening. So Papa said, "You come with me and let's meet Mansoor and let's meet Amir and let's
Wow.
you know." So I said okay, and we saw the film first, and after the film, Dad introduced me to Mansoor, and I just looked at him and I was like, "Uncle, I want to ask you so many questions, but ज़बान से शब्द ही नहीं निकल रहे," because I was just oh, he is amazing.
म्यूजिक रूम में बैठा करते थे जब they used to sit and discuss
Not
songs
allowed.
and
I
क्योंकि
was-
मैं आया था 2-3 बार, मैंने नहीं देखा तो
हाँ, क्योंकि हमें अलाउ नहीं करते थे.
हाँ.
जब सिटिंग चल रही होती थी तब हमें अंदर अलाउड नहीं होता था. बट जब दरवाजा बंद हो जाता था
हाँ.
और अंदर म्यूजिक चल रहा है, ढोल चल रहा है, तबला चल रहा है, एंड
हाँ.
तब मैं कान दरवाजे पे ऐसे रख के सुनती थी.
Ah.
All that used to be my joy for the day, to go and just put my ear on the door and listen
So
to.
sweet,
Yeah.
all the inner bits. Huh? Yeah, that's great. Now, for young generation that are listening to you and who get encouraged into filmmaking, what advice would you give them?
Go with your gut. I don't think there's a better judge in your life than your gut is. If your gut tells you to do something,
Yeah.
then that's the right thing to do.
Okay.
And जैसे मैंने आपको कहा कि I started my company about a year ago,
Okay.
and I was fresh out of circus. I'd just finished filming circus, and I just felt like I had learned a lot from being an assistant, and I was somewhere ready to be a director. But I've been trying, and it doesn't happen overnight.
No.
So I just said, one day I just want to be someone that can decide and choose to do what I want to do.
Okay.
I don't just want to direct my own films. I want to direct and voice the younger generation.
Wow.
So if I can produce something for someone, if I can be even a little bit of help
Yes.
to someone who really has something to say to the world,
Yes.
who knows that his voice or her voice can change the world,
Yeah.
then if I can be a little part of that, I'd have done a good job with my life.
So, you named it as Chitragupt, your grandfather. I mean, it's such a beautiful thing that you did. Did you ever meet him?
I didn't, because he passed away in 91 January and I was born in 92 May. So I missed him by
What a
very
miss.
little. But both Papa and Bade Papa's Anand, I've called him
Obviously.
Bade Papa all my life.
Yes, yes.
But both Papa and Bade Papa were very, very attached to him.
Obviously.
So I've just grown up with just stories and just good, happy memories that
They
they've
tell you
always
all
had.
about-
Yeah,
yeah.
they'll always,
Yes.
on his birthdays we toast with a drink and make his favorite food.
Oh, yeah.
And on his death anniversary we'll always have a puja, and I've been doing that for 33 years since he's been gone.
Yeah.
And when I started the company, I thought a lot कि क्या नाम रखे कंपनी का.
इतना सोचना क्या पड़ा था?
काफी सोचना पड़ा था, but ऐसे मेरे जहन में था कि my grandfather, the reason I am here today is because my grandfather had the courage to leave his village and come to Bombay and
Yes.
pursue his love for music.
Yes.
So I
And
felt-
going back.
And I just felt like if I can do anything to make him proud.
Yes.
You know.
Have you ever been to the ancestral village or town?
So I haven't been to Dadaji's village, but I have been to Nani's,
Nani's.
which is my mom's village.
Where is that?
It's in Patna,
In Patna.
in Bihar.
Oh, okay.
And मैं गई थी वहाँ for a show. I was working as a celebrity manager for a
Yes,
while with
yes.
Neeraj Mishra,
I see.
and we had all gone for a show to Patna. So I called up my nani, and my nani's mother was alive at the time.
Okay.
So I called her up and I said, I'm here in Patna, and she said, jaldi aao. And I went and I met her. So
How did it feel to be in the ancestral?
It was very weird.
Mm.
I've never been there. I had never been there before. So it was a first time experience, and
Yes.
it was crazy. The show was in Gandhi Maidan in Patna.
Okay.
And just sitting there in that audience, because I know that during the freedom struggle, my grandfather would sit in Gandhi Maidan with his harmonium and he would sing freedom songs.
Ah, okay.
So to be in this, to be touching the same ground as he touched was
Yes.
kind of almost holy to me in that sense.
Now, if I have a story and I don't know what to do with it, but it's a good story, would you accept my story and do a film on it?
Of course.
It's not like you'd say, no, sorry, but I only choose my own stories.
Oh
and
no,
I only write."
absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's the one thing I don't want to do.
So if anybody's got a good story that they might have written and you want her to make a film, it'll be a good idea. Obviously you are with the YouTube channel of Lyca Radio and Lyca Gold. You can always approach us and let us know, and we can always forward you to lovely Ritika here. And Ritika has been so good with your answers, short and sweet, but very concise and to the point. I tried to corner you a couple of times, but unable to. You know, that's what you call a good interview. Ritika, thanks very much.
Thank you for having me.
And give some tips to the buddies where you said go with your guts.
Yeah.
You know, but if they want to educate themselves, where should they go for filmmaking?
I think if you want to educate yourself, the best thing to do is join a film school and learn from teachers and learn from experts in the industry and understand whether it's meant for you or not. Because when I went to med film school, I didn't know what filmmaking was.
Okay.
And at the time, Dad told me, ki, Ritika, it's a gamble.
Okay.
You might go there and you might hate it.
Ah.
And I said, that's true. But
Okay.
I might go there and I might love it.
Yeah.
And for me, it was thankfully the opposite. And now I live and breathe films.
Absolutely.
But it's a good start to have if you can join a film school, if you can,
Yes.
just go to someone, get a mentor for yourself,
Yes.
learn it, understand it, because it's not always roses and
Yes.
glitter and glamour,
Yes.
It's a lot of hard work. There are a lot of unsung heroes, as I call them,
Yes.
in our industry. Whether
Yeah.
it's our music directors, whether
Yes.
it's our singers, whether it's our
Yes.
lyricists, there are
Yes.
so many unsung heroes that आपको ग्लैमर दिखता है, आपको एक्टर दिखता है, आपको गाना सुनने में आता है, बट उसके पीछे जो 1000 म्यूजिशियन जिन्होंने गाना बजाया वो उनके आपको नाम नहीं पता होते.
नहीं.
So it's a hard business.
That's right.
It's a very, very hard business to be in.
Absolutely.
You know the camera, you know the DOP, you know the director of photography, you know the cinematographer. You
Yes.
don't know the assistant director, you don't know the camera assistant.
No, you don't.
And you always have to start there.
Yes.
So if you're ready to do that,
Yeah.
then join a film school and give it a go. That's
Oh,
the
this
thing I
is,
say.
yes, beautifully put. And I wish you luck
Thank
in
you
all
very,
your
very
future
much.
ventures. अगर आप फिल्म बनाएंगे तो म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर आनंद मिलिंद ही होंगे क्या?
ये सवाल पापा मुझसे पूछ के थक चुके हैं और मैंने आज तक
वो
सही
भी
जवाब
पूछते हैं और मैं भी पूछ रहा हूँ.
जी, but I feel like music is again dependent on the story. Not that Anand-Milind are not versatile.
Obviously they are
But,
very versatile. मैं तो झगड़ा करूँ किसको
हाँ
बोले
हाँ
no,
नहीं
not
नहीं बिल्कुल.
versatile नहीं है
But
तो.
एक चीज उनकी जो लोग जानते नहीं हैं उनके बारे में, they are fabulous background music composers.
Yeah, don't I know?
They
Yes.
are fabulous at their
Yes,
background
yes.
scores. तो background
Yes.
score तो आनंद मिलिंद को contract ready है. मतलब any film background score will always be Anand and Milind.
Oh yeah.
And music of course. But
Oh yeah.
if Pritam Dada has dates, then I might think about
You
it.
know. So right from Lal Dupatta Malmal Ka to Kayamat Se Kata, you can carry on and name all the films, you know.
I would love
And,
to tell you a snippet.
please.
I'm going to take some time from you, but
Okay.
I was born in May 92, like I said, and Beta was releasing at the time.
Okay.
And वहाँ पे बिना का गीतमाला हुआ करता था, if you remember that.
Yes, of course. Who doesn't? Yeah.
Top 10 or top 20, whatever used to
Amin
happen.
Sayani.
Amin Sayani, between 8 and 8:30.
Ji haan.
And 8:26, 27, I was born. So my mom was in labor. And the number one song of the month was to be announced.
Okay.
And पापा अब रेडियो सुने या बच्चा पैदा करते हुए वेट करे, मतलब क्या चले उनका, that was going on. And the minute the doctor came out and said it's a girl, the number one song was कोयल सी तेरी बोली.
Oh.
So dad loves that story. So I had to share it.
Oh, I'm so glad you shared it, you know. अब जब उनका इंटरव्यू मैं लूंगा ना, मैं कहूँगा we know that one.
Yeah, now you don't need to tell us. वो तो अपना बोलेंगे he was named by Lata Mangeshkar. He has his own stories.
मिलिंद जी को जब बोलूंगा ना, बोलेंगे spoil sport है मेरी बेटी.
बिल्कुल. But I've been very lucky in the aspect कि लता आंटी से काफी बार मिली हूँ. She's treated me like a granddaughter, and we all miss her every day.
Yeah.
And it's just I've been very, very lucky in the sense that thanks to my father, thanks to my grandfather,
Yes.
I've met icons in the industry.
Yeah, obviously.
जब मैं बहुत
So
छोटी
lucky.
थी मुझे काफी पसीना होता था. So every time Majru Sultanpuri used to come to our sitting.
Yes.
कहाँ है Ritika, कहाँ है? And Ritika would go running as a 4-year-old to him, and pasine. So he used to call me Hasina Pasine Wali. So I
Majru Sultan.
Majru ji.
Oh my God, what a story.
And later on, like in 2018, me and his grandson worked together on Jai Mamedi as assistants.
Yeah.
So it's like a long third generation connection. But I'm really, really blessed that
Must have been very close to Samir ji.
Of course, Samir uncle is the family.
Samir uncle तो family है
He's
ना.
the family.
वही मुझे ले गए थे वहाँ.
हाँ, वो आते हैं घर पे तो
माफिया
हम
का
सब
जो चल रहा है.
पैर वैर पालथी मार के जमीन पे बैठ के अपना खाना खाते हैं, बतियाते हैं. It's a
Yes.
very, it's a different. He's not
Very
Sandeep ji for
homely,
us.
yes,
He's
that's
just
right.
he's uncle.
Yes.
He's family.
Yes, that's
He's
right.
like a third brother in the jodi.
Yeah. So wonderful. We could go on and on.
Yeah. There are
But we're
so
gonna
many
finish
stories.
somewhere.
We have to.
Yeah. All the best to you.
Thank you
Congratulations.
very, very much.
And yeah, you've been listening to Ritika Milind on Lyca Radio and Lyca Gold Kya YouTube channel. So all the best, and I hope you enjoyed the interview.